Hello, you're most welcome to Diamond Clothers. So nice to have you here once again. And if this is the first time you're coming across this channel, kindly click on the subscription button. So, in today's tutorial, I'll be learning how to make a free pant. Okay, and I'll be drafting both the front and the back together, and I'm just going to draft everything on the fabric. I'm going to take all my measurements directly on the fabric. So our band is going to be 1.5 inch, so I've already deducted it. So on that straight line, that's where I'm going to start all my marks. So from there, that mark is going to be my waistline. So from my waistline to my hip line is 10 inches. So to my crotch line is 13 inches, and to my thigh line is 17 inches. So I'm going to draw a straight line across on all the points that I've made on my waistline, my hip line, my crotch line, and also on my thigh line. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to go back to my hip line, and on my hip line I'm going to take my hip measurements divided by 4 plus 1 inch sewing allowance, and I'm just going to mark that point. So I'll take the same measurements on my waistline as well. My hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch. And also on the crouch line, I'm going to take the same measurement, and I'm going to connect all these three lines together into a straight line. I hope to get that. So to get my crotch depth, I'm going to add 2.5 inches to that line. So on that straight line, I'm just going to add 2.5 inches, and I'm going to connect it to the straight line I have on my hip line. I hope you get that. So just watch the movement of my hand. Just do whatever I do so you don't make mistake when you're trying to make yours. Okay. So the next thing I'll do right here is to take my waist measurement. So right from that straight line, I'm going to take my waist measurement divided by 4 plus 2 inches. Actually, I added 2 inches to it, and I'm going to connect it to my hip line. So we are good with the front part like this. If you want it to be just straight, you can just try to cut it out. But I'm going to go to my timeline right now, and I'll just remove 1 inch from whatever measurements I have there. You can decide to make yours straight, and you can decide to go inwards, probably a little bit deeper, maybe like 1.5 inch or 2 inches, depends on you. So I'm just going to connect it straight down. And right now I'll be working on the front part, on the back part rather. So I'm going to extend all the lines. So on the crouch line, I'm going to go outwards by 3 inches. Okay, this depends on you. You can make use of 2.5 inches, you can make use of 3.5. It actually depends on you. So I'm making use of 3 inches right there. So moving to the tie line, I added 2.5 inches. Okay, so I'm just going to connect it together. So coming to the waistline, I'm going to add 2.5 inches to whatever measurement I have there. So right from that straight line that we have on the front part, I'm going to add 2.5 inches. Okay. And on the hip line as well, I'm going to add 2.5 inches. And I'm just going to connect all these lines together. So now that I added 2.5 inches on all the lines except for the cross line, which was 3 inches. So after I'm done connecting all these lines together, I'll go back to my tie line, and I'm just going to connect a straight line till I get to the full length of this pant trouser. So I forgot to mention that the full length of this pant is actually 46 inches, including the hemming allowance. So I'll be using like 3 inches to hem it. Okay. So we are done with the drafting, and what I need to do right now is just to cut it out. So I'm going to cut out the front part first of all. I'm going to cut it out first. So I'm going to start from the ankle. So when you are cutting the sides, remember to cut it together because that hip side is for both the front and the back. And then you just need to slash it open, okay, as you see me doing right now. So the next thing we have to do is to work on the front part, and from that waistline I'm going to come down by 1 inch, and I'm going to make a curve as you can see me doing, only for the front part please, and we are literally done with the front, okay. So the next thing we have to do is also to cut out the back part as well, and we'll be left with the sewing part. So after cutting, the first part to we sew is the middle point. So for the back, I'm going to connect these two sides together. I'll take it to my sewing machine and I'll run a stitch on it. And also for the front part as well, I'm going to turn it to the wrong side, and we are going to just run a stitch on that middle part as well to join it. So after joining, this is what it looks like, and I believe the front piece on the back piece. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is that, so we take the middle part of both the front and the back, are going to connect it together. We can take it to your sewing machine and to run a straight stitch on it, and you're going to do the same thing for the side. If you notice, the front part is smaller than the back part, so you have to drag it in a way that the both sides will be equal, okay. So after joining, then I'll bring it to come and show you the next thing to do. I'm sorry, it was already getting dark when I made this video. So sorry. So this is the band I'll be working with, okay. So after all the joining, this is what I have left. And if you notice, the waistband is actually smaller than what we have on that pant, okay. So the reasons like that is because the fabric is quite stretchy, and I'm going to just use the band to hold it, okay. So if you notice, the pant is bigger than the band itself, okay. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use my pins to hold it down as you see me doing, and when I'm sewing I'm going to be dragging it in such a way that it's still going to fit, okay. So that was the trick I used, and it worked, and it fits perfectly. When I say perfectly, I mean perfectly. So after doing that, we are literally done with the tutorial. As you can see, it's looking so nice. This is what we have after I was done. The focus is not actually on the blouse, although the tutorial for the blouse is on my channel. You can check it out. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and put on your notification. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.